Hello, hello. Alright. Let's see. How are we all doing? This is mostly just a sound check right now. See if I'm loud enough. I did adjust my levels manually with the technology here. So I should be just about as loud as I can technology-wise. Just making the microphone a little bass boosted, so this is just a little sound check, so if you can do your part and help me know if I'm good or not, because otherwise now it's just more of a human level for me to see if I'm actually loud enough myself. But yeah, we'll get right into it. This is just a little warm-up sketch that I'm doing, so I'm just going to clean this up a little bit and then we'll get right into it. So I just drew this like literally just 5 minutes ago, so it's like not very good. We're just letting other people come in, and we'll have some fun today. I think you'll enjoy what we're gonna do today. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I mean, it's not gonna be perfect, and we're not gonna be focused on this for the rest of this, so it's fine. Okay, I think that's about enough time. Okay, and I guess just a little warm up. We'll let's see. Okay, words. If I can direct you to the description that's below. If you could, I think it's not always opened up all the way, so just want to plug all my stuff. And if there's like general questions, like my tech and like my program and tablet are there too. So just want to say that at the start. So it's one of those questions you always get, like, what technology do you use? It's like it's like the first question everyone asks. So I just put that down there. And some other stuff too that I think you would like. If you want to get with me, I think easiest way, if you want to just talk, I guess, would be like Twitter. Other than that, I don't really think there'll be too many other ways. Too easy. Like, I do have a Skype, but that's more for close friends right now. Okay. That's enough diddly darling. Let's see which one to go first. There we go. So this is gonna take a bit to explain here. This is let's see, start from the top. Where are you? So many layers, I should have labeled these. Boop, there you are. So this is the actual puppet rig from a Derpy test. This is Derpy as an equestrian girl, and you can see that as a puppet. You can just all the little green, all the little blue bounty boxes are the different elements. So I can take this leg and then kind of move it around and animate it like that. So this is like one of the first full puppet rigs that I did. So looking at it back from like almost 4 years now, I'm just kind of cringing at myself, like, why did I do it like this? I know how to do things better now. So I just wanted to show like what goes into animations and stuff, as I know that's new animations will take a bit longer to get to, because I got kind of full plate with other projects that I'm working on, but that's not on this channel. So I'm working with collaborators right now. So in the meantime, you get to have these cool little behind the scenes where we get to hang out, and I get to go over just what I want to talk about with the behind the scenes, and maybe do some collab work with you guys in the chat. As this is a live stream, we can talk to each other and I can bounce off stuff. Does that sound fun? I keep swallowing. I got so much spit in my mouth. I don't talk too often. Let's see. There's a blink. I mean, having a keyframe here to initiate the blink, I would probably do it a different way. I would just have the inner and side latches be timed out to have it. That's okay. But the main meat that I want to talk about is that I somewhere started tracing it to make a. I'm gonna do a new video with a different art style. Obviously, I was inspired to do some anime type style, so I traced over it with the brush tool. Brush tool has this kind of free-flowing pen, so I can just trace over what I had before, made it a little bit thinner lines, kept it all the same kind of this dark blue color, and yeah, and I had a lot more shading from the other one. That's the next one. That from this one, obviously, that the normal MLP art is not too fancy when you look at it. It's very flat. So I wanted to add a little more anime style and add a lot more, especially hair highlights I was trying to look for. Kind of see that? Yep. So this is just my basic concept art sketch to see what it would look like. And then I went over, and then I traced over this one on top with the line tool. The line tool has, I can only do straight lines, but then I can grab it in the middle and make it a curve. So this works way better as with the brush. You get all these little dots, all these little squares are anchor points. And if your settings are like not smooth enough, then it'll just look really janky. So having it, be lined will be much cleaner, as we can see here, where I just trace over it with the line tool and did some cleanup stuff and to make it a bit more cleaner. Yep. So this is just a character type model sheet where I went through different iterations to see what would work the best and what would be easier to animate later. Now I'm thinking that I'll go with this kind of style, will be much easier. Because with the brush, if I can talk with that, again, that if you really look at it, it's not looking too clean as I would have liked. Because I went over it, like over and over, to get the lines right. Because I was, wasn't happy with maybe this shadowing here, or I would have put it in somewhere else. Even got this weird artifact there. So I just wanted to have a very clean version of it. So I might try and use this kind of detail instead. So I might use this in my next video, which will maybe work together on that right now. This is a working file this is basically all I have right now, where my scene is the script and there's nothing else. So today I want to work on making storyboards out of this script here. You can read it, but I'll probably change it by the end of this to be like halfway different. So I wanted to do a Derpy Anime OP, which is in, don't know, opening, which is like the intro, like title screen, for an anime or a cartoon, it's the, the titles animation. So it'll be like an hour, a minute and a half. Wow, I could think. It'll be a minute and a half animation, I'm thinking. So, you know what? Can I align this? It is centered, just doesn't look centered. Okay, I thought it was Q. Okay, there we go. So let's see. So Derpy's a high school girl. That's just like a note. Maybe I should put notes as a that little asterisk to say that's a note. And then without a note, that's like the story will be that these are just little. I wrote this at like at near midnight last night. because I knew I wanted to do something. I wanted to do this live stream today, so I just just wrote this up. So there's probably errors everywhere, and there's no spell check really easy in here. Yeah, that's about it. So I just the first script is usually the worst script, as that's usually the most cliched and the most similar to what you're referencing. So usually you want to make a script just to get it over with what like you're trying to think of, and then you go back. This is like a script tutorial now, is to go back for like a second time, reread it, and see if you can change anything to make it, try to bend the cliches a little bit into like change it into something else. Maybe go out of the box, try to break all the cliches, and see if you can do anything more imaginative with it. So let's see. So we got, she's late for school in the morning and she has toast in the mouth. I mean, that's pretty cliche right there as we start, if you have seen any animes like that. And you don't see toast in the mouth in the newer animes that much, because they try to break away from those kind of cliches. And then title drop. So that's more of a note and a story thing, where I wanted like some kind of anime title to drop in, and we'll get into the storyboards later. And then she's running through town, and then she's running through the school hallways. I could put school there just to make it more clear. See, we're already fixing it. Running through school hallways, and then she's sits in main character chair, and that's why I have the beautiful rendition of what I was thinking. What would the main character chair be? And as we go again, there's just gonna be all these cliches here, which we want to probably break out of again. So here be the door. Here's the teacher. Here's the desk. Teacher's desk, and then here's all the chairs, the seats, here's some windows, and then the main character sits in this chair. Like 9 out of 10 times they'll sit in that chair, and then they look outside, which is also another thing, another cliche. So she looks outside, and then they'll like transition maybe like through the window, where she's running through like a white space, and there's shapes like move, I suppose. Try to figure out how to describe that. Kind of want them to like, how do I put it into words of like it, just kind of like floating across, just moving across the screen, I guess. Move across. There we go. Oh baby. Okay, and then the Derpy magical throw transformation. I don't know, I was probably thinking like maybe she's like a Sailor Moon type character too, where then she flies into space. I'm not sure how yet. Maybe just like rockets into space. We'll figure that out. And then there's alien spaceships. That's more of a note of what's kind of like going on. And then I said uses what was I thinking? Uses Doctor Strange magic to make a muffin. Hands it to an alien. The alien eats it and gets super excited. Huh. Okay. So I might want to change that later. And then we open to like we cut to like maybe like a smash cut. That'd be good. I know what a smash cut is, like the hardest cut you can make between two scenes. To smash cut to field. That's another thing. And then we see Derpy crash lands down hard, maybe like Dragon Ball, smashing into the ground. Chat lock up, or is no one talking? That's okay. Then we close in on Derpy like maybe like a hard cut close. Cut close in on Derpy. She has closed eyes, and then she opens eyes and does a pose. I had an idea of what I wanted to do that pose, so I won't write it there. And then title drop again, and then that's the end. Okay. And then optional if after all this, in the same video, I would then have a Derpy test remaster, which I believe I still have the file, like I have the original Flash file. So I might try and open that later. And okay, so I might open Derpy test file later. We can maybe go through that too. Probably not today, or we'll see about timing and how long I want to work on this today. But yeah, let's see. So let's see. I mean, I can make this the main and then click. Call it scene domain. Scenes are, they're like rooms. So you can have like chairs and all your items in a room, and you can have another room, but you can go from room to room, but it still uses the same library. And when you export the video, you can see which room or scene that you want to export. So that's about that. That's why I'm using scenes here. I think that was the most elegant explanation I've done so far. So we'll call this script, and then we don't really need this. This I kind of already know what I was thinking, so I might make this a bit smaller. Oh wait, we're not really done with this script, so I mean that's about as good as I do want to get it to, though. Unless there's anything that anyone else sees. Do I need to, like, how do I refresh chat? Oops. Nope. Okay, yeah, I was just looking at the YouTube thing, seeing if anyone's saying anything new. Enable it, slow mode. Nope, I don't think so. Okay, I guess no one's talking. That's fine. Let's see. I am here. So, I mean, the problem is that I was thinking it would be fun just to make it all cliches and just roll with it, because I can't really honestly think of anything else. So they go, yeah, I mean, might as well just go along with this. Okay. Hey, soft smell, likes. Thanks. Okay, let's just add some, nope, there, press the wrong button. I liked it. Make this a bit shorter so I can see it. And I'm just moving things around. Okay. Can't really see it now, but that's fine. It'll be in our hearts. There's script. And here will be opposite way, storyboard. And I like having like 2 or 3 storyboard layers here. Storyboard. Okay. Okay. I think we'll start now. Let's see. Gotta stop blocking that. Okay. So, actually our first scene is that she's late for school and toes in mouth. Okay. So I'm gonna start drawing with the brush tool. I draw a little bit lighter than just pure black, because I think that's a bit too harsh. We'll try to find a good medium type tint that's good visible and not too overpowering. Something like that. Okay. Save before we start. Okay. Let's go back to model sheet and see what we're working with. See the kind of proportions. So I can see the head is about this size. So you're about 4 heads high. So that's good to know. And when I start out, that's the other one. Probably will start like super rough. Like I might just start with stick figures. Smell, how did you make amazing videos? Well, let's see right now. I'm working on something right now that might be on my channel. Hello, bye. Alright, see you later. I will... Oh, let's just start. Whoop. Yeah, just gotta... Well, she might not even be in the first frame. Like, maybe this is just an exterior shot. Like, I can see, like, maybe just being, like, in her house. We're just gonna draw not care mode kind of drawing. At least for this little bit to say, here's house, and then here's next frame kind of thing. Ooh. High school cliche, you mentioned a tsundere. That's true. I need to add more characters. I think it's the problem. Because what all animes have like a huge cast of too many girls. Let's see. Because I want to just focus on Derpy. Because I don't know. Well, maybe Derpy's a tsundere. That's something to think about. Let's see. So we got house, and then I mean, what I usually start with, I always do the alarm clock thing to like wake them up. When I try to wake characters up to like get them started, I always have an alarm clock. I mean, do I really? This is what I'm talking about. Surely, I'm breaking my own cliches if I do that. Then, which might be fun, but then it's like, then I actually have to start thinking. Like maybe, because we got the house, and then I'm thinking visually. Okay. Cookie Boy has an idea of don't animate intros. Have chibi versions of characters at some point. You can do that. That's true. I really like your videos. I've been watching your channel for more than a year. All your videos heard. Yay! Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, I'm trying to think really hard. I mean, right now I'm just probably just doing thumbnail sketches of what I was thinking I could do. And I might just like skip over things when I'm at a rut. Like maybe she wakes up and this is not the best drawing ever. But that's okay. We're like, now she's awake. In her bed. And this is a bed. This is the best bed ever. I usually draw really small too. So maybe I should zoom in when I do it. Some character running by here in the hallway. Ooh, yeah, in the hallway. Yeah, in the hallway I can add a lot more stuff. That's a good idea. So we're running through the hallway. Other characters. And then you want the soon carrot. Yeah, that's nice. Thanks. This is why we're doing this theater, because this is probably not my, obviously not my normal type of video. So that's just extreme shorthand for waking up in the morning. And then we could do, because we can try and also think about like some kind of cinematic. A whole girl. Okay. I'm not totally familiar with that. Christopher. What was I doing? I am doing Toss Him Off. So now she's probably running out of house to your house. I mean, again, not sweating any details here of her running out. That's how legs work. She's a wow. I don't know where that hair is going. X-ray emojis. And she's like, oh no. Why does she have a horse mouth? Let's see. So she has that. Nope. Keep opening that. We can just close that. Okay. She's kind of sad, and she has toast in her. Well, maybe it could be a muffin then. See, this is what we're thinking about now. That it could be not a toast, essentially. I'm glad I'm doing something sort of relatable to you guys that is not just one of my weird ones. Yeah. Because of the delay, we had sort of the same idea, huh? So maybe instead, but how do you draw a muffin in the mouth? Maybe she has the muffin in her hand, and then her mouth is full of muffins and she's dropping it. Here. And then she's got wiggly arms and she's going super fast. It's got a little ear. Okay. Huh. Do. Kind of toast, kind of muffin. Yeah. I mean, that's when we get into like the modeling or rendering stuff. That'll be important. But I think this might be a good starting point, yeah. That it could be a muffin sort of thing. To like go against just straight toast. Okay. Yeah, okay. Christopher, you just got so many ideas. It got me glad I started a video to be able to think about good. That she trips, maybe somewhere. Maybe she can trip somewhere else. Because I think just starting off like that, that'd be a bit too much. Or maybe she's like tying her shoe. There's so many possibilities now that we just got only like one bit into it, yeah. So she's running out, and then, but before that, I'll make something after that, and then here is where she then, this is gonna be sad, like she's just flat on her face. Where we're going, ooh. Hairs in shorthand is not too good. Clean that up. In what hand? Her left hand had some muffins, so that would be, how did I even draw this then? That this would be muffin hand here. And we'll just shorthand draw that and show that her shoelaces are untied and she somehow tripped on it. Maybe. Not sure what those are. Okay. So we got us that. She wakes up, she trips, and then she runs out. Good. Okay. It's a bit small there, but that's in perspective of her running towards the camera, I think. Okay. Good. I'm sure we'll add more details and a lot more stuff as we go along. Really like the videos of Derpy Life. Yay, thanks. Thank you. Spent a bit too much time on that, I think. I had a little dot right there. Get away. That's fun. Derpy's Life. I can talk about that later. Or now. What am I saying? Fun trying to adapt movies. Like the, I did something else recently. Oh, the Malkovich video. Try to adapt movies into Derpy videos. It's fun. So next will be title drop. Okay. And then, well, maybe it should be the same place. Maybe, yeah, okay. So it's here, and then she leaves, like she zoops over here, and then she leaves, and then we cam up. That's an arrow. Like this. I'm just going too quick for my own good here. The cam up like this, and then the I don't know what I'm gonna call it, so I'll just call it title video will be here, and I might have it in Japanese just to be more authentic, but I think it'll be fine. That might be like the dub version or something. I don't know. And then this falls down, and like some pop music will rev up more or something. That'll be another thing. Okay, that's pretty straightforward then, I think. Not too much things can add to that. Okay. Title drop. Okay, and then we see here running through town. This will be like a profile thing of her. Maybe even silhouette, maybe just like one shot of her here. And she is running. And she's like super determined to run real quick, and that's keep drawing the hair wrong. Let me see. Sometimes I just kind of like draw it on my own right next to it. Blech. So I got the sort of model sheet going on, so I can kind of have a more idea of how your hair works. And of course I can just mess it up right now. There we go. We all know. I should check the chat more. The title floats by in bubbles because we keep running inspired to make videos. What inspires me to make my videos is I think just being an animator is really fun. You know, I've always watched cartoons much more than live action. It's like, oh, I can make my own cartoons too, and kind of started from there. And I read a bunch of books on. I really liked illusions as a kid, and I think fooling people and then like impressing people with different tricks and stuff, and animation is really just one big trick too. We're just making just a couple pictures come to life and tell stories. It's really cool, I think. Yeah. Oh, and Christopher too, that the title will add something later too. These are just little thumbnail sketches, and by the end we'll go back through this all, time it out, and then make these much cleaner sketches than whatever this is. But I might do that on my own later time. So I think we're just gonna get the very basics so we can get through this all pretty quickly. But ideas are welcome. So she's running, and maybe some kind of background here of her walking through or running through maybe like the city or maybe like a town, so it'll be like buildings here. Just real quick, I mean they're not really houses, maybe just like some city buildings and stuff, maybe like a big building in the background or something, like a big city escape back here. This will be like on a further skies, what am I saying? Further in the background, that'll be like bigger buildings or something like that. Maybe like huge buildings with lots of windows maybe. This one's a little shorter. Don't care. Okay. Just trying to get through it. So then we can move on to other stuff. Because, you know, I've only got the one character here. And once I figure out, you know, exactly how to do this, how to draw it well, this one, then, you know, then I can make other characters in the exact same style and can go from there. So just running, she probably, I can imagine her just running straight, and then she, ooh, that's true. Maybe like, cause Equestria Girls, that's kind of what I'm going for, has its own kind of spin-off to Ponyville Town. So I think even making that more in Japanese might be... I don't know. I'll definitely try to go back through this all. And then very clean it up. I mean, I could just, you know, for no reason, just decide like something like a pagoda or something back here. Wherever you draw that. You know what they look like. Decide like a weird castle in the background, just it's like one thing. You know, like that. But yeah, I wanted her to maybe just stay in place and then have the whole background just like move. So B background will go that way as to amplify that Derpy's not moving but just the background. I mean, she's probably by the end of this be maybe like an inch or more over there to make it seem believable. And then just to not have conflict here with this, or I could just delete it, whatever. And a cleanup, I might be more hesitant doing something like that. To add a couple characters that'll be just hanging out. Everything don't have faces, like just a nose. That'd be fun. And it'll be like a bunch that she's running through. Ooh, so many comments. It's gonna take a long time, but okay, yeah. This might take like 2 weeks or more. MLP movie, that was fantastic. I like the art style was probably the best part. The story of the MLP movie was a bit weird, especially like near the third act. Especially the second act, going into the third act. That transition doesn't feel like very authentic and true to characters. Because oh, okay. What do you mean? A Japanese street is more like a straight corridor. That's right. There's more alleyways to a Japanese street, which doesn't make sense. I'm thinking, yeah, but I think just this kind of idea of where it should be is pretty good. Maybe there are buildings like in front of her that pass her, but that might be a bit too much visually true. I think we're good here. Very good ideas by you guys. I love it. I'm glad I made this script as vague as possible so I can add much more stuff to it. Okay, so tide drop, and she's running. This might take like 5-10 seconds. Ooh, Flintstone movement background. That's true. Yeah, I could just make like this background, just like whatever these are, and then make it a loop. Make it the same on both ends and have it more. Just loop through the whole thing. And then have the same characters maybe at the same time. That might be funny. Like you just see the same character like twice go through it. Okay. Talked about, okay. Now we're running through school hallways. And then other characters, and then you said character top. Okay. Might have the background minimalistic. Okay. Yeah. Well, this seems as minimalistic as to emphasize that it's a city, I think. Just having a couple buildings. And a couple. I mean, there's no trees, you know. Here's a tree. There you go. Just little stuff. We'll save. Hallways. Usually when these thumbnails are very flat, so I want to see if I can get a more kind of angle to things. I'm trying to think about what I want to do. Because we got her the whole time running right to left. So we gotta have her still, I think, still walking or running or walking right to left. So that's good. So maybe we can have like a go into camera kind of running. Where she's, let's see how to draw something like that. Where she is. Now it seems a bit more freaked out. How do you draw that? That's not what I was thinking at all. He's just like, oh no. This isn't good. She's like almost there. She's like in the cloud, in the school. And she's going. See that? That's pretty spiffy, huh? Don't see too many 3D arrows in your Pixar storyboards, huh? Man, that could have been sexy. Come on. So sketchy and bad. Okay, whatever. We just want to do this real quick. Hi, Suzette. That's how you would say it. And we kind of want this perspective. Well, let me make a line and then bend it. Maybe just have like a little actual line. Because I want to make the ceiling in perspective of something like this. And these. Seeing that now. Probably want to see more of it, so maybe more like that, maybe more, a bit more edgy. That's still the same. So maybe figuring out perspective is really hard when you don't have a clear idea. I mean, I'm sure there's like Illustrator stuff. Yeah, maybe straight at us in the hallway? Okay. Just trying to think like something like this straight at us. Would that even work? Hey, Derpy Verex. Good name. Hey, hello. Yeah, you're saying hello too. That's nice. Yeah, maybe we'll just kind of scrap this whole thing. Try again. That's where we didn't spend like an hour, you know, drawing that in perspective and perfect. This is stop motion. This will be animated, as we saw. And that's what I'm still debating about. That my first idea that I wanted to do was my first like script kind of thing was gonna be ponies, and then it'll be like Pony Derpy. It was still an anime opening, and I was gonna have it be a actually hand-drawn animation, because I just figured out that I can make a little light table set up with a glass table that I have and put a flashlight under it and get some drawing paper, and I can do some hand-drawn animation. But I don't know, it just kind of chickened out a little bit and just want to keep to digital. And I think, you know, you can see like it's very, very clean with all the line work stuff, and I thought if it was hand-drawn, then it's like, should I? Then, you know, if it's like this that I draw, should I, with my digital trace over, and, you know, try to be exact or whatever. So I think I'll just try to keep it, I'll keep it on 2s, if you know what that means. So, and 2s is having a keyframe. This is a keyframe on every second frame. So this is on 1s. If I move this over, then these two frames, there's a keyframe here, there's a blank, and then a keyframe. So that would be on 2s. Exposing each frame for 2 frames. Reading the chat. What about Derpy? Okay. Yeah. I think one of my first videos, my first video was like, on my channel, was Lyra. Because of that, she was funny. And I think I just, once I figured out, I found the Derpy double rainbow puppet. was so much fun using her eyes, and she was just so cute and had blonde hair, and that was fun. And it's kind of got obsessed and wanted to keep more. Because she was just, you know, back then, you know, 2013, much more ambiguous on what her character was. So it's fun to create, you know, fan fiction for her. Now I'm drawing her more straight on as, what have you said? Christopher? Yeah. There's so much more chat. Not leaving the front door option window or second floor. Not sure what that means. It's just... Okay, gotcha. Make it easy to loop the hallway and easy on perspective and accuracy. Gotcha. Maybe. Okay. Having it just straight on might be a bit easier. I don't know. Having front walk cycles, if it just looks wrong and then, you know, you mess up one thing, it just messes up the whole thing, I think, and it seems really hard to do it just right. And she's a little... yeah. Okay, thanks. Fastbear. Thank you. This looks like she's a little ballerina. So maybe her leg should be a little longer then. I'm using the wrong tool. Boop. Boop. And then... well, I guess maybe we could do it like that. So you gotta have someone who likes to cheat a bunch to do this kind of stuff. To find out the most ingenious way to get away from doing more work. Is to just hide the legs and just have her freak out and focus on her expression more. Yeah, that might work. And then we got the hallway, which is like some kind of perspective thing. That's not right at all. How would we do that? We want this to be really small, and it should come from the middle and then kind of go out, 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 out. Then we got, these are lockers or maybe doors. And then here's, I mean, the top, the ceiling will be right across. And then the floor, somewhere around there. It's not just like super running. Maybe her arms will be like super punched up. So that'll be down. So that'll be down here. And then just kind of do like a, I don't know what you'd call it. Some kind of run where you put your arms really up high. Let me see. I'm trying to do it myself. Okay, I'm reading chat. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Where are her... I mean, your arm's not... I'm doing it myself. Your arm's not fully straight up, but it seems like it. Trying to figure out how to draw that to show that I wanted. That's not right. Our figures will be going the other way. And her arm will be more straight down there. And she's like running. Run quick. Okay. And then kind of, I don't know about flailing, but like kind of like those those speed skaters, like in Olympics, like a speed skater will that kind of arm motion, I think, but more exaggerated. Yeah, maybe like a Sonic run too. Yeah. And then we said these aren't in proportion at all. And then we'll just have some kind of character here who's like, I I don't know what's going on. Just try a little shorthand of stuff. Little stick figures is what we're doing. Pumping arms. Okay. I'm sure there's some scientific term for that. That sounds good though. Okay. I don't know why I'm cleaning up. There's no reason to clean this up. Okay. So we got. Always go back to context and see what we're doing. Yeah. Yeah, Christopher, I didn't wanna show the legs because I don't really know exactly how to draw front running legs. Anyway, we got house. She wakes up. She trips and then she runs off. Camera go up, title down. That'll be hold on for a bit. And just running. Passing some people, maybe some adults, because we want the kids to be in school. Stay in school. Then we're running through the classroom. Should we have a... In between here and here, we could like have another shot of her like at the school, you know? I don't really know what the school looks like exactly, but here's what it kind. Oh, yeah. Did she go to the? Does Derpy go to the one with the horse one or the crystal one? Cause I'll just draw a little cute little horse. It's like yeah, just like that, and it has a tail and a hat, something like that. That, and then there's the mirror thing. It's on a big pedestal thing. Perspective, and then there's like a street over here too somehow. Maybe some trees. Might exclude this shot if it's not like, because once you get to here, you're able to quickly figure out where you are. But I don't know. I think maybe this could be a possibility, and if in timing, like I might only be like 20 seconds short than what I thought. Having it, maybe having this 1 or 2 second shot might be good. And then we'll just have her still running in from the right to left to create consistency. Is that what we like? Still running. Run. Maybe just like profile. Face here. Okay. Of course, that's broke her leg a little bit here. There we go. Okay. Got little ski shoes there. Okay. So, run out through here. Title. Running this way. For 10 or so seconds. And then maybe like a 1 or 2 second here of her running into the school. And then we're running real quick here. Okay. Run to hallways, other characters, good. And then we'll go to the next place. Reading something like the high opening. Okay. I don't know. I think we're good for that. Wrong layer. Okay. And again, we'll clean it up. But you're just here for being company and giving me great ideas as we move on. Let's read this a little bit more. In case we've forgotten anything by now. I think we're good. Then we'll sit in the main character chair and look outside. Okay. For some reason I thought to add a overhead kind of view. So here would be the teacher. Probably has a dumb hairstyle. Desk. and then somehow in perspective we would have maybe like 3 or so, maybe 4 desks, and then perspective of that. Let's draw, these are desks and chairs where they would sit, and there'd be characters everywhere in each of those, and then somehow there'd be a window up in a corner here, couple windows. This would be like a zoom. I'm using my hands. This would be like a slow zoom in, maybe. It won't be too 3D. I mean, there'll be 3D parallax, if you know what that is, where things closer would be. Things closer would be, as you zoom in, will be zoom in faster or more, a little bit more than things farther away. But this won't be like a. If you've seen that band anime, that anime is really, it uses 3D. What's it called? Euphonium. That's a good one. Euphonium anime. Have you ever seen that intro where like they have the, like near the end they have a whole 360 3D camera shot, and then it zooms in on the main character? I won't be doing that anytime soon, so we'll just keep it super simple here. And then main character slot, here's draw a circle. Will be Derpy. Should we already be sitting here? Oops, I did not wrong layer. Cut. Paste place. Okay. So maybe we don't see Derpy like in the first second, and then as we like kind of maybe zoom in, maybe the perspective changes a little bit, or maybe it zooms out to see her. I have to figure that out, because then the next shot will be just her, and the next shot would be more here at that kind of angle. So I'm trying to figure out how to not try to like correlate it, but maybe highlight that she's there in this shot, maybe pronounce her more in this chair. So how would I do that? Zooming out or zooming in? I think zooming in, which means that you would see more at the beginning though. Yeah, I'm just talking in my head to try to figure this out. Because this is probably the most important part of animation. Because after you draw this, you're likely stuck with it. And you're going to be spending 10 or 12 hours, you know, animating this shot. So if you don't like it now, you can change it right now and change it. So I'm just trying to think very carefully as I go along what's possible and what looks the best. Try to find a balance between that and what's ever easy to do. You know, try to do that first and then see if you can challenge yourself a little bit. But I think for now I'll just kind of stick with this kind of scenario and angle. Yeah, zoom would be cool. Thanks. Because I want this to be like an overhead shot, but this head doesn't seem to be more. Trying to draw like more ovally shape, where you can almost see his nose in the back of his head. That's more like it. That's what I was missing. Okay. But I just solidified the perspective a little bit more, and he's not inside the desk. That's important. Okay. So I'm going to move in here. Perspective lines, don't fail me now. Okay. Make this a bit shorter. Maybe make this, it could be a bit longer. I don't connect lines that should be connecting if there's going to be something in front of it. Just because with Flash, you know, if you have two lines, they intersect each other, they become one unit. And that can happen too. but trying to select, if I want to select just this line, the other line will come with it too. That's why I don't connect them in this case. So then I can just, just move them in and out easier if I want to change where he is. Yeah, and I do that all the time. Okay. Hey, Sean. Or Sheen. I don't know. This is gonna be a new video that I'm working on right now, obviously. Hoping to get this done in a week or so. And that's why I'm doing the live stream, so there won't be a drought of no videos. Alright. Alright. See you later, Deluxe Flame. Okay, and Christopher, is it top down? I was thinking that? Yeah. I'm thinking about it being kind of top down. So I'll just try to draw one kind of chair in a perspective. That's more front. So it needs to be actually more just kind of flat. And then a little bit. Yeah. That's kind of perspective I might go with. I mean, I could just have Derpy in that perspective chair too. Then her nose is there. Okay. That's good. Okay. And then, right. Make sure. And then she looks outside. So, that's that third quarter view. So now she's over here. And I need the window. Maybe she's like, now she's like sitting up. I don't want her to look bored, so she has to have her arm. Here's the desk, and then body, which is kind of like slumped over, but her head is still up. Trying to get this right. And then she's in her head, maybe like on her chin. And she looks a little sleepy. And not happy. It's like moving her skin, like her cheek stuff. She has eyelashes. It's about detailed picture yet. Okay. It's like, I'm so tired. And then her desk has a little dimension. Little wheelies. It's not quite a position I want. A little bigger. Sounds a little egghead. Other arm is down there. And then we have the big, that's a big freaking window. Okay. And shiny window. That'd be, the floor would be way down there. Oops. This is sort of how it works. Not that way. Okay, ooh, maybe there could be another parallax too. Where she could move into the frame like that, and this can move into the frame to then, I'm using my hands to have more correlation with each other, to connect these two ideas of that her and the window are gonna be important, because then she's gonna open her eyes. I'm just kind of thinking really hard. And just gonna look at the window. That's done. moving, zoom out. And I need her to look excuse me, look a little up. And then she's like, wow, what a window. What did I say? Get rid of that. Okay. Says the main character, and then she looks outside, and then goes into running white space. So somehow she needs to oh yeah, are there 2 title cards? Yeah, I meant to do that. Most animes sometimes would have, they would say the title at the beginning and then at the end. Seems weird, but I guess it reinforces it a little bit. So I might, that's what I was thinking with that. Having something on our desk. If I do the Derpy test remaster, I was thinking I might try and exaggerate a lot more stuff that I was doing. Hey, thanks for highlighting my name. I'm not sure how to say your name, but thank you. Yeah, if I do go around, would you rather have like almost a month off of videos for me so I can do this intro and practically reanimate the Derpy test video as well in the same video, or have this intro video be a video and then 2 or 3 weeks later have the remaster video, which will just be doing the Derpy test video with these puppets. That'll look a little bit different and add maybe some more humor and clean up a lot more stuff. I don't know. It's whatever you think, and I'll consider. But right now, I need her to zoom. How would I do this? Not zoom in. I mean zoom in into. Here's the camera. Why is it black? I need to zoom in on this little, well, it's doing shorthand of stuff instead of just doing it. And then it's gonna zoom in on that, on here, and then we're gonna be in that space. Okay. Oh, Christopher, you have so much good ideas. Of take all your time. You want quality, not quantity. Sorry. Just breathe into the mic. I don't know. I just feel like I've, over the last 4 or 5 years, been trying to be as consistent as I can, having 2 or 3 videos. A video every 2 to 3 weeks, yeah. So I feel like this might take longer, as I've never really done this kind of style. I mean, I could, kiss it and just keep it simple, but just having like this model and then kind of do it the way that I usually do it, of just, I mean, I could open that too. Hopefully that doesn't open. Okay. I have my file explorer open. Now I'm slowly navigating to hang on. Is that it? Nope. Is that it? That's it. Just have a little visual of what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna not respond for a quick sec. How we doing? That's making a loud noise I didn't expect. Okay. But you can't hear because I muted my sound. So this is the... Hey, I even had a script. Going for an hour. Okay. This is the official Derpy Test Flash animation file. And I've had the same kind of thing where I have a script inside. I even using... Why am I using Algerian font? Okay. Thanks, Christoph. Is that how I say it? Christopher. I don't know why I moved that. Let me move that back. But yeah, I just had very, again, shorthand, and I knew what I was talking about. Well, when I was writing it, I had an idea, like the storyboard, in my head while I was writing it. That's kind of how I sort of work, where I already have a basic visual idea, and then I just try to figure out how to then turn it into words. So, a bit backwards there. So this is the Derpy test file, so I just wanted to show you again against how I can change it, might go over and something like that, or how I how to visually show that, how I animate. This was, what year was this? Was this? 14. So this is 2014. And I did so many bad things that I've learned now what to do. Yeah. So there's a lot more stuff that I can talk about when I ever get to it. Where I just had the whole model. I call it model because it's a puppet of like the whole character. Where it has everything. And then I try to get them into seating position. So cute. Okay, and then I just put the chairs in front and pretended that they were facing the opposite way. I love stuff like that. Yeah, here she's asleep. This is kind of this is the kind of setting stage kind of scene that I was thinking about right now with the classroom. Here's a window. I might change that perspective and have the window over there again. So I'm just trying to go back and see what... Oh, okay. So we can talk about this, I guess, where the teacher is walking in. So you only had to animate for this little bounding box. This little, at the actual screen size. So you don't really have to... Anything outside this box, you don't really have to care about. So I just have a whole bunch of messes outside the screen that don't make any sense. Here's a good one. So the whole... I think this is just one. All the characters are on one symbol. Then the background is on another layer. And then she looks over, and then to do a great cut, you just shrink everything, all that down, and that's the same shot, so creates great continuity there. Little character animation. And again, I have her actually sitting down in the desk, but because the bounding box of where the screen size of the video exports, you know, you only have to care about it as much. Like I don't really need to care about where her feet exactly are because they're gonna be invisible. Ooh, this looks complicated. Oh, she's writing. So this is another top-down, I guess, shot. She's like, oh yeah, do you want me to like talk about... This isn't totally off track, but I thought it'd be fun. The kind of language I did here, I just kind of doodled. I mean, these aren't anything. I kind of felt like as I was going, like, wait a minute, I drew a 5 or something, so I tried not to. These are just squiggles that just I thought would be fun to draw. I mean that's just legit squiggle there. These mean nothing. And of course in school, I did have to do some Scantron stuff, so I thought it'd be fun. Like I found a picture online of a Scantron and just traced it. I think I tried to, I don't know, I think I still try to do my language. I just scribbled up and try to keep it consistent and try to make it look like, because I like having these videos that I do be kind of worldwide. So I kind of do the like the Pixar route of like, you know, trying to be as international as I can with my videos, and that's kind of, I think, what kind of made my video kind of popular, was that there wasn't any reliance on voices or language speaking in it or written in it, that anyone from any world, any country can understand it And then she's like, has 3 arms here. Yeah. Her arm is disconnected on a different layer here. It's not exactly holding the paper either. I'm looking. It's like the thumb isn't holding it. I mean, there's a ton of animation errors because this was the first equestrian, or at least human video animation that I've done. I've actually only started animation with ponies, like horses, where I played with the double rainbow stuff and then worked from there. So this was like the first use of humans that I did. So I didn't know what I was doing, so I didn't quite know how to exactly go about it. It's saving it. Yeah. So, I mean, I felt like I did learn a bunch. I mean, that walk cycle, I think I really learned how to figure that out. It's kind of pointing. These are just squid arms just flailing about. Oh yeah, and her torso, which is horribly drawn too. It's just floating there in space. And because it's just barely off, you know, this square here, it's not going to render. So you can have whatever you want, at least in this kind of stuff. This animation, it even moves back. Oh, that's crazy. So it doesn't matter with stuff like that. And then she's writing, and I made a mask of where she can write. Like, this is her boundary box of where she can exist, and everything outside of it she doesn't. So I had not where she shouldn't be is below the desk, and that's where that exists. Doop, ba-doop. And then she's kind of writing. Oh yeah, that head turn, that's pretty good. For what I had, I only had like those 3 head positions, so to kind of spit it around works pretty well. They're just writing. I mean, they're all bad animation. Her arm is like backwards too. Her like joint. I really liked his face. That was fun. Cause I thought, like, you know, she would only need to use one eye to look down where she's looking, and the other one could just go wherever. So she just turns into like a chameleon. Grabs into the bag. And I think, yeah, there's just more to it. I don't know if you want to keep going. I'll keep going. Just keep on. Of course, his legs are disconnected. And I think I made the popping bubbles sound a little loud. I probably would use much more organic sounds than what I use here. You can't hear now. I have it muted. Oh yeah, and that grab. He's really got it now. It even jiggles. It wasn't even... Oh man, I didn't even see his... Watch his arm. Like his elbow breaks and his hand breaks. Your arms are probably backwards too. And when I was pretty proud with the backgrounds, I think I did pretty good with the backgrounds. Here's this random arm that I today don't know why that's there. It doesn't need to exist here, in this place here. Blowing bubbles. I thought that kind of animation looked pretty good. Of it kind of exploding. Just a little brush, little bits flying around. Maybe have a little... I mean, I know what I would, you know, improve to do this better. But I think just for... I mean, I think I only made this in, like, the span of a week of animating all this. I think I made... Trying to figure out the timeline of if I made the backgrounds, the characters, and animated in post-production, which isn't take too long. I think maybe like a week and a half, maybe. So, yeah, I had spent... I didn't give myself enough time to do all this. As you can see, where her hands are... I mean, yeah, they're backwards. I just looked at myself. Okay, yeah. Hey, hola. It's, yeah. I mean, I do cringe at it, so if you cringe at that too, then don't worry. Does he walk, or is he... No, he's just sliding, yeah. Because he's outside this blue box that I had to make. So he didn't have to actually walk. That's kind of what we're... As we'll get into it. Kind of similarities of... Kind of what I know how to do, and... Kind of how to cheat as well. Because he's out the frame, he doesn't have to... disappear. Because he's outside the frame here. And this is... These characters are the same, they're just loops, so they do nothing. They go through here, and then they go back to the beginning, and it just repeats over and over. Yeah. Thought this was kind of cute. Picks it up. Little lead in to what happens next. This clock was pretty good. I had... I'm impressed by this block. This clock is pretty good, huh? Yeah. Where I had... What's a blur? Clock blur? What's that? Oh, wow. I forgot I did that. Then the hands, and then the back. Yeah, that's pretty good. The most impressive animation here is this little clock. That's a clock. Yeah, and here's more scribbles. They're literally scribbles. They're not... I mean, they could be aliens, which we'll get into maybe. You don't know. Yeah, she's actually holding this paper. So maybe I figured out how to get thumbs behind papers now. And then it rung. So she's like, what? I can go home? Alright. And then it falls. That was pretty good. So this is all one symbol of it collapsing and having each paper in turn collapse. So just in terms of animation, I think just having the joints be together is going to be a big challenge and what to look forward to. Looks up and starts writing, and of course these are just noodle arms, which are just the arms connected. This is just, you know, just a little joke. There was no real science as to why I thought she deserved an A. There was no like, oh, she's best pony or anything like that. Or best human now. And I made these little cute little signatures with all of them. I thought I had little stars to her Trixie name. Would be cute. I didn't really check to see if these bubbles were actually right or not between... I think it might just be a copy, is it? Oh, it's actually different. Look at that. These two were not there. Yeah. So I must have changed a couple of them. Yeah, I didn't really check to see if they were right or not. But I guess I did change them a little bit. Is that different? Yeah. Yeah, it's different. Wow. Okay. Then I don't know how that scientifically changes and makes Derpy better. It's just a little... I thought it'd be like a math quiz or like an English quiz with multiple choice somehow. Of course, the test itself doesn't really matter. And his hand is upside down, and he's not really holding it right, but whatever. It's fine. And then the ending, which that's nostalgic for me. It's so old now. And I had to this is all live. This is all live that these puppets are in here. That's blurred. There we go. So these are the actual puppets just hanging out in this little box. Like these aren't little videos or anything that I added later. They're just masked in there as the actual puppets. So a long time ago, if you remember that, with these videos, I had the last few videos, like previous videos here, I would try to remake them in Pointy Ponies, and I thought that'd be fun. Where I did do, that's the Yankee Doodle Dandy, then the Miku one, and then this was the mystery one, was, you know, that she's finding the mystery of like, what's the next video? I thought that'd be kind of cute. Was to have like Derpy being a detective and trying to find out what's the next video, and then these would be all the previous videos, and then the music stuff, and then little horrible gradient. That right? Yeah, it's a linear gradient to describe. It's not even in center. Look at that. Doesn't animate it or anything. It's black on this blue color. Ugh. So was this before? No, I think I must have been in community college by this time. But I don't think I took any graphic design classes yet, so all this stuff is not organized as I would hierarchy or whatever. I wouldn't do the same now, obviously. Okay, that's just a little detour of Derpy test in its file, and what to hopefully make better. So now we're gonna go into this, back into it. Now she's then we're gonna run in white space and then shapes move across. Okay, so now she's gonna be running again, of course. Let's see. Okay, let me get back in drawing mode. Let me warm up a little bit here. Okay. I just gotta process it now. Alright, how are we all doing? Give me a hello. Having fun? Think I should stop this in a bit, or should I just keep going with this? I mean, lost a few of you. Now I'm thinking about what kind of perspective she could be walking or running in. Huh. You know, I just have like visions in my head that I'm like trying to concentrate into. And I just right then just saw her run like here. And then she runs, and then she runs up this wall. Yeah. So I was thinking something like that, where she runs. That's not how you run. Okay. She happy? Trying to think. Yeah, she's like in a daydream kind of now in this weird world. Okay, so she's running and she's gonna run up the wall. Why didn't that work? Because it's on the wrong layer, you fool. Okay. Excuse me. I will have little, I mean, let's see. Ooh, they could be bubbles, but why would they be in space? It's like a white space. Can I call it that? I guess no background. And then there'll be like these bubbles, which will be bubbles, I guess. Wait, how do you draw bubbles? The little shines, sometimes they do like hash marks, but I don't really understand how reflective like that can work. I mean, that's also what you draw on a bread. So, I think just having a little circle shine should work too. And then these kind of will float around, I guess. We're just trying to be more imaginative in this kind of white space, because a lot of animes would just kind of have that. Celestia Ballad. Celestia Ballad. I don't quite remember that, but I think I have a good vision of what I want with this. And then she's there, and I could just steal her from here. Rotate, and then she's running up the wall. Just to show that she's there. Okay, and then she goes all the way up. And then these kind of float. I guess they could be floating in front and behind her. Like there'd be like a big one somewhere. It'd be like behind her or in front of her. Just to create this weird kind of daydreamy kind of effect, because she's daydreaming here and it goes into there and it makes no sense. Okay, that's about it. And then somehow I need to transition into her turning into a magical girl. Let me see if I can pull that up or not. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. I mean, with these kind of intros are weird because, like, music videos, their editing is much more different than just straight, you know, like a cartoon. Like, with a cartoon, you could have, like, two people talk for, like, you could have one shot of one guy talking for, like, 10 seconds, and it'd be okay. But with a music video, if he doesn't, like, stop within 1 second, then it's wrong in terms of editing. So, Starry with Blue Path. Yeah, I'll have to check that out again. These are all thumbnail sketches, so yeah, I'll definitely check that out maybe. Let's see. Yeah, so I was thinking to have much more sharper cut from here to her close-ups of maybe her, those will be like her arm, maybe. That's an arm. Thumb. Which arm is that? I don't know. Oh, I did draw somewhere in here. Yeah, I drew this extra dress that I thought she could wear. Haven't colored it. This will be to go on top to be her kind of Sailor Moon kind of outfit, but like a little bit different, which is even weirder. Nope. Okay. So I'll have that, and then it kind of sparkles, and maybe, well, she doesn't, that's what I want to check, because she doesn't wear anything. Maybe she could wear maybe like a bracelet or something, and that's how she gets her power or something, and be like, oh, sparkles, wow, whoosh, whoosh. Would this be, maybe, ooh. Okay. Yeah, I've already had an idea. Sorry, Christopher. Yeah, I just read your comment. And I'll move up a little bit. It's like, wow. I'm so pretty with this bracelet that I don't know what it looks like. That's a really noodle arm. And then, what else you got? You got shoes. You got the different skirt and the shirt. Okay. The least impressive thing is that her shoes changes a different color. How do you draw that? You draw a dumb looking. Crazy Girl's shoes look, especially in the first movie, they're just like, they try to make it too look like the toy version. That never really looked too good. Trying to draw the first version. I mean, these are just sketches right now. And then I'll delete all that. Nope, there. I made an onion skin so I can see what I'm doing from the last thing. Yeah, I didn't really have too many details on this shoe, so I guess it actually loses detail. And this kind of weird kind of shoe thing. Maybe, what is that? And a lot more sparkles. Yay. There you go. Yeah. Maybe it's got some kind of detail. So I was like, wow, it's better? Okay. Yeah, that happens. Because I'm trying to drag it and it just thinks I'm dragging the whole thing instead of just making it bigger. Doop, doop, doop. Okay. I want some water, but that'll be distracting, I think, to you. And then, what's next? Well, I guess this whole part, I guess. And then, like, her... Maybe, like, her from her... This would be like her belly button here. So what does it look like now? So first it looks like that. This, and then saving the dress, which is like green, and then it then looks... Okay, some more details. These are little blushies. Details there. Like that. So she's transforming somehow, don't ask how, into this other version of herself that might be visible in the screen. I know it is, but I don't know if it'll be when I fully make it. And then sparkles. Sparkles. Wow. Maybe some sparkles on here. Wow. Whoosh, whoosh. A little bird there, and he's like, caca. Whoosh. Oh. Whoosh. Oh. Whoosh. 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 Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah. What would this... Yeah. I'm just reading the comment now, Chris. That I already had this idea in my mind already, so not too much leeway for me that I'm willing. Story ideas are more loose. Okay, so she's thinking, floats up there for no reason. This might be 20-30 seconds, so this won't be too quick. And she transforms. Whoosh. And then maybe like, well, I guess it could be from here to then a zoom out to here where then she's in her costume. And she's doing like a little pose kind of thing. I don't know if I want to go like full Sailor Moon kind of pose right now. But she's like, yeah. That's a cute little face. Yeah. Okay. Hands on hips. Little sick figure. Going to town. Let's see. You're doing so well. Okay. Kind of, maybe like that size. A little bit more on your face. A little small because you can see your hair. Maybe your hair can also change too. I didn't really expect that yet. Maybe those will be more in a bow or something. I don't know. I was just focusing on the dress right now. Yeah, if I really want to, I can just for now to like do as a little note to myself, I guess, to do a pose. I don't know what that kind of pose that is. Yeah, is that right? I mean, it doesn't need to be. Just like, yeah. It's like, wow. And we got a little animation going on. Okay. Now she's in her suit. hopefully, by the time I finish this. Well, I did do zoom out to here, so that should be knowledgeable over the guys. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of high up. So it needs to be like over here, maybe. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Yeah, whatever. Okay, that's a little closer, I think. Clean this up, cause she has finger going that way. Okay. No, she doesn't. This is a finger. This is a finger. This is not a finger. Okay. Yeah, save that. Alright. Let me save over that. Okay. Okay. Let me make sure. Okay, we're on the right layer. Okay. Now you're transformed. Now we fly into space. Okay. Why not? So now we're here. How do we get her into space? Do we just have her like crouch and then just zoom up? Like how would she propel herself? I mean, it's fine if she doesn't have anything. Like she doesn't, she gets like a jetpack or something. Maybe like a jetpack fueled by bubbles or something weird. I know what the next scene is, so I can work on that. So she flies this place, and then there's aliens, but did she? So somehow I have to say this is now space, or maybe outer space. That's a U. That's an O. Okay. Wait. Oh no. Okay. In outer space. There are a couple planets or something around here. Like a little Saturns. Maybe we see wherever Earth is, or whatever Earth in this dimension is. Do we see the spaceship right after? Or maybe we see that it's space. I got it. It's in space. And then we have Derpy. How do we just lean in? There we go. And she's like ready. Ready to rumble here. She's like looking up. A little mad. A little determined. It's like, yeah, I'm ready. And get some action lines from wherever she comes from. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah. Whoosh. Maybe. Oh, Chris. Oh, no. Let's keep it happy. Okay. So she's here. And then we then switch to a over the shoulder. Or, well, I want to, I don't know how to draw this. I want an alien spaceship kind of thing. That's alright. That's looking good. Maybe it has an airplane thing. It's got some engines or something. And then have a little cockpit here. And then little buttons. Nope. I don't know, just added weird details. And then they're there. And then it'll be get rid of that so I can put the alien in. Okay. Yeah, I must have missed that then. What kind of alien should it be? Remember, I made this script off at midnight where I drafted it, so I didn't even think like what kind, all the specifics of what actually kind of alien should it be. I'm thinking a snake. What would a snake look like? You start with an S, and then you draw the rest of the snake. He's like, "Rah." He's like, "Rah." I mean, ooh, that's the worst thing. It's a snake with arms. Yeah. He's got little alien antennas. Alright. I mean, he looks like a slug, but alright. And he kind of dips down, maybe. Oh, that's creepy. Okay. I think that's looking pretty good. That's just a alien mock-up. I think the perspective of it now needs to change. Needs to get a little smaller. That's my windows. Yeah, good luck trying to freeze frame that back again. There's nothing too weird on that. Okay. I will... Ooh, that's looking... Okay, so if you use Flash, I'm holding Shift and Control on that while I have it in transform mode. Okay. So this part needs to be bigger. I'm trying to make it more front view. That's just making it shorter, but that's kind of what we want too, so, Again, this here, I'm trying to get it's a bit too detailed when this is just going to be like a thumbnail for me. I'll redo this much cleaner in Storyboards. You're going to be bigger, you're probably going to be off the screen a little bit. Or maybe it's like a extreme zoom in. Or maybe it could just be like this. And then Derpy from here. Oops. Copy. To here. Actually a little smaller. To make it a bit more threatening if it's bigger than her. Up. Reading the chat. You're so funny. Alright. Woo. But you are. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, now she uses her magic. I don't know why I said Doctor Strange. It doesn't have to be to make a muffin. Oh, okay. I guess I was thinking like the Konosuba, if you ever watched that, with the wizard lady, the wizard girl. That like she does explosions, but like takes all of her energy when she does it, and it's just it's so grand that it's just a little poof or whatever. So I think that was what I was going for. Now she's so she zips in. Oops. Again. So here she is, and then she smears in. So she's like whooped. Whoop. I'll probably do something like this. I mean, this isn't true anime to have this kind of smear. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's not she's using magic. So we have her here. Now we got them locked in fierce battle. And now Derpy can... Well, I guess we can just make it a whole new shot of her. Well, I guess what would she do? She can have thinking so hard. She can have her hand out, kind of forced perspective or whatever it is of it, and then her little bracelet. She's like determined, because this will like glow or something. Oh, when I did the squash and stretch, I meant that that's not in Japanese anime too often. You don't see something smeared like this too. So that starts blinking, and then these are going to be like my key poses pretty much. I was thinking that stick would come out like a magic wand, and then she would flail out around, and then kind of like from here kind of have the stick, and then a muffin would pop out, and then well, it has to somehow get to the alien, and then he eats it, and it's getting complicated. So she's there. What if it could just be in a bubble? So I'm figuring this out, where she's there, she taps a button, maybe she taps it, and then a big bubble appears inside his ship, and then he's a bit afraid, and then it pops, and the muffin pops out, and then he eats it, and he's like happy. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. I think I'll try that. So we're here. You're here. I think I'll go with that. No hand here. Who need hands? We need the hand on button. So I guess we'll get rid of these. The armor go down a little bit. And then how do you do it? I was to do it myself. So how does your arm connect from there to there? It's kind of like that. So over here, she's like, alright. Press the button on my bracelet. And then we're back to here. Maybe a bit more zoomed in. Let's get it all. Could be in the same place. I'm gonna take some water. No, just give me a sec. Okay, I just had some water. Yeah, muffin button. That sounds right. So we're here. We already clicked the button. That pose doesn't need to change too much. We can hang on this and then make another keyframe. Or maybe... No, we can stay in here. This kind of shot. I was thinking I could have this shot be front of just his capsule. But I can have the bubble kind of pop in here. So we got that. Press a button. There. The bubble appears. And then we're inside his little console. What's it look like? Some kind of weird thing with arms, and he has a tongue. Alien antennas, and there's the big bubble. He's like, whoa, what's that? And then the bubble will float down, and he will look at it. Looks at it, and then it explodes. And then you kind of see this kind of white, kind of embryo kind of thing, kind of appear. He kind of closes his eyes. And it's getting complex again. And a muffin will appear. Okay. It's a big muffin. Okay. Oh, really? And then is a joke from something else? Oh, well. Has it ever been presented like this? Like that? And then, sounds cool that we're able to incorporate the bubble and the muffin at the same time. I didn't think of that before. And then the muffin will somehow glide into his, or maybe he uses some kind of force or something to bring the muffin towards him. Alright. Huh. And then he holds it. That's awkward. Okay. Now I know having things in front of things is good compared to Derpy test. He holds it and then somehow he's gotta eat it. I don't know. It's gonna work right. Oh no. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh man. Oh yes. Okay. Hang on. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're good. Just got a text. Okay. And then he eats it. Maybe like starts nibbling at it or something. And then we gotta go. What was that? There was like a Food Wars or something kind of anime. Try to do like a super extreme. Like, yes, I love food. Which way is it facing though? It's facing the other way. I love food. It's delicious. And he's like, wow. He's so impressed. And he's like, wow. I have a forked tongue. And I'm a weird alien who likes this muffin. Okay. Maybe like some super splash screen or something. It'd like be vibrating a little bit too or something. That's pretty good. Okay. Okay, that's looking pretty good. And then, I think that's about it for the alien portion, right? Because we super excited. Yeah, and then, if you can read that. He eats it and gets super excited, we did that. And then smash cut to a field somewhere against a grassy field. And then Derpy crash lands. Okay. It's quite handy to have the script there. Oof. A little Kermity. A little bit of design. I mean, If it's not 1-to-1, then I think we're good. When he has these, he's got weird antennas. It's like, yeah, a little different. I don't know. Oh no, did I have these lines here? Okay. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So he freaks out, and then he has these little dots, I guess. What? Where am I? Okay. I just had some art in the wrong layer. And then we're going to smash cut to a field of, let's see. I was thinking just kind of just a normal kind of perspective. I want it to be kind of grassy knoll, as you would see. Maybe near a lake or something. That's not how you draw a leaf. That just looks like the ocean. But if you have a little... There you go. Yeah, it needs to be thinner. Okay. Whatever. And then maybe we're near a creek with more grass or something, like a sidewalk or something. Yeah. With more stuff over here. There's like a sidewalk. Maybe that goes into like a city thing instead. A little brook or something. Okay. I think I have to, because I want to see this grass more. So I think if I make, then get rid of that. Oops. Use the right lasso tool. There's like 3 lasso tools and it gets confusing which one you're using. Make this perspective a little bit shorter. And then move everything up. Because I want to see more of this grass down here. Okay. And again, we're not going to perfect this right now. Okay. Ooh, we've been going for 2 hours already. Okay. We'll wrap this up real soon. This will be the last shot. Well, next shot. We'll have here. And then we'll wait like 5-10 seconds. And then now we're going to do Dragon Ball of Derpy crashing into the ground here. And this kind of fiery blaze of this going down fast. That was a little note. Boosh. And then well, maybe you can trying to figure out how to transition from this shot to where I'm going next with Derpy. Or I could just that's kind of cliche too, of just having it's fog, it's the aftermath of an explosion, gas, whatever you call it. The smoke. Okay, so that's that, and then we'll do the little moe girl of her. Maybe she's like kind of on her side a little bit, and she's really tired because she did all that. Okay, that's way bigger, and she's like, ugh. And then she's kind of hunched over a little bit. Hey, Feral Arts. Alright, nice to see you. Maybe trying to figure this out. I'll have this recorded for you. Be on my channel. Everyone else do. Chris, I think I got the final thing pretty good. I have an idea good. That's what I meant. So she's there. She has hair, but we don't need to draw it. And then she will, oops, wake up. Whoop. And she will like, have what? She'll wake up a little bit. Okay. Wakes up a little bit and then kind of roll over. So I'll make a new drawing of her. I don't know what kind of potato head this is. Kind of rolling over. And she has her face. Kind of looking at you. Because that's what I wanted it to be. Looking at the audience. And a little bit more up. Maybe she's using her arm as a rest. Maybe both of them somehow. So just kind of poof. She's there. She's like, what? I'm awake. And then she's like, looks at us. Title card. Yeah, title's after this. After this scene here. Just looks at us. And then she kind of winks. Just for fun. I'll make it a cat face. And she's a little down. Okay. Of course, needs to be again cleaned up. Don't worry. And of course, I won't be using these drawings. I'm more likely to be using this. If I don't, then you'll know why. That I probably did the same thing where I thought I'll be using this brush tool, which like this, compared to just having a line tool, which looks way better and more consistent. And if I find even a better tool, or maybe something faster, then I'll use that. So I'll be using this model for the animation. So don't worry if this is what you're seeing right now. It's not gonna look like that. I think that's about it. Where she kind of opens her eyes and pose. I mean, that's kind of fine. I mean, I could just... do I want to do the peace sign again? Or maybe do the Sailor Moon pose over her eye? I might as well, just for reference of her hand. Okay. I'm just like, yeah. And then we need the next part, which is pretty easy. It's the end. Title drop again, and okay. So she's there, and then somehow... Ooh, what if the title hits her in the face? So she's there, that'll hang for a bit, and then the title, whatever it'll be, will then kind of... I should move that over there. Just be more clear. Or maybe, nah. Or I could just splash screen basic into... Yeah, I think I'll just go simple. And then title. And then whatever credits like me who made it. And that'll probably like bounce in or something. Maybe like it'll be big and then kind of bounce in small. Okay. And then that'd be it. And that's the whole intro. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Oh, because of the delay. I didn't see your Chris comment. Hey, Morgan. You haven't said anything, I think. Okay. I think we're gonna wrap it up with this live stream for a bit. Okay. So we'll start here. Now we're looking at this again, and I might change this to be something else. Like it might not be the house as a start. It might even just start here. So we'll start here. Here's the intro. So we're at the house, and then she wakes up. This is... I wasn't even caring back here. She wakes up in her room, and then she tries walking out of her house, and she trips. She tries running off with the muffin in her hand. But now that we know that she can make muffins as a magical girl, I guess that, okay, I guess that still makes sense. She runs off, and then the camera goes up into the sky, and then the title drops down. Now she's confidently running, because she finished her breakfast there, in weird town here, and then some bystanders here are just looking at her as she runs. Ooh, okay. Feral Arts, you had a good idea of having a cam down into the house. So that'll add another frame. So we're here. So that have the cam down like that. Okay. Is that what you wanted? I'll keep going because I know the lag is a bit long. Okay, so now she's running into the school. It's the Candlelight High one. Now she's still running to class. Now we got a front view, and there'll be a lot more kids as we do this perspective shot. And now we're gonna do this slow zoom in from this kind of top angle in the classroom. Maybe kind of zoom in kind of a little bit this way so we can see Derpy. And then we see her sleeping, and then kind of do this. I mean, it's not a realistic parallax of having this thing go this way and this way go the opposite way, but it'll work. I've seen a lot of, I know like I remember a couple early versions of the Pokemon anime, they would do stuff with things parallaxing in different directions. Okay, and then she wakes up. Maybe she then looks. Yeah, it'll be like pan down to zoom in through the window to a view shot of her bed. Ah, okay. Oh, like a quick zoom. Okay. So we're here, and then we get, here's camera, and we go in like this, using my little shorthand to say we're going to zoom in through there, and now we're in here, and then she is asleep in this one. How do you draw that? How do you draw asleep? Maybe she's happy. Maybe she's like happy asleep. Okay. Okay, so we got maybe like a nothing kind of panel of just pure blank, and then we go whoosh into here, and then we zoom in, and then she wakes up, and then we got that. Zoom ahead. Now she's woken up, and then another panel of her. Now she can kind of look a little bit into there. Okay. Just wakes up, looks to the window. I have to move this one too. It's not the same place. Whatever. Boop boop. And then we zoom into the window, which I guess it has to be, there has to be no background here for it to transform into here, where she kind of runs through this weird I don't know, kind of weird scape, kind of imaginary world, where she then runs up the wall and there's a bunch of bubbles. And then, for no reason, we do this transformation with all this sparkly stuff, and she's like, and then we do a zoom out, and then she's wearing it all, and she's like, yeah. Your mouth is like, yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then, now we're in outer space. And she kind of floats in using her own power, zips in, and now there's this alien and this rocket ship, spaceship thing that we see her zip in. And she's in space, and then she hits the button, and then a bubble appears. He looks at it, that explodes, it turns to a muffin. He grabs a muffin, eats it, and he's like, yes, I love it. They were back on, I guess, Earth, out of field, and then like some fiery of her impact is just this fiery fireball something, and a big poof of smoke. You see her like there. She wakes up, kind of spins the camera, and does a little pose. And then I guess we can also do a same kind of thing where we kind of go kind of like that. Have her go down. Kind of spin all the way up to like the sky, pretty much. There's some clouds, and then the credits, and then that'd be it. Okay. Do you need me to go through any bits of it that you want to see again? Otherwise, I think I'll call it, and if there's any Q&A, just like general Q&A, I can hang out for a little bit longer. When I'm not really going anywhere, but I only use one layer. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I'll hang out for like 5 more minutes or something. So, again, if there's any parts you want to see again, or general questions for me. Alright. I'm gonna swig another little bit of water right now. Hang on. I'm gonna go mute. Poof. Okay, I'm back. Okay. You just didn't like the perspective of this window. Yeah, I just made it. That's kind of like my shorthand for turning head. Yeah, you probably want it a bit more drastic, which means I have to redraw it. Was what's my main problem. But okay, I will have to take all this and then let's see the perspective of it. Right, it's there. Oops. Okay. There. It's just really spinning their head. And then your ear would now be here. Okay. And then a little cleanup. Okay. Yeah. Which also means that somehow with this one, I'll have to do a turnaround with this to get the front profile and rear back view. That's kind of what I do, is that I have already preset views. I mean, you can see in this one, boop, does you change your head here, is that I've already drawn, this is the same head that you always see, and this is always the front view head that I always take. And then I just somehow, that's pretty good. I just kind of squished it into the, morphed it into the next one. So this head is pretty much this head. So once I make up these different views of front, profile, and behind, then I don't have to worry about having to redraw it later after that. That's just a little trick, I suppose. Okay. Anything else? Chat, are we good? Yeah, thanks, Georgia. Thanks. Okay. Well, the next step will be obviously to start working on this, and then what I mean is to time this, see how these are all on ones, and like how this shot is like 100 frames. Well, I guess it's two shots, so this shot is like 40 or 50 frames, and then this shot is another 50 frames. So I need to make each of these, like, stretch them out to be time it out, and then add the music. Probably add the music first so I can time it out, try to get it to the beat for each kind of cut. And then once all that done, I might just, honestly, I usually just kind of roll with this kind of storyboard kind of stuff. I mean, probably won't clean these up too much because we've been thinking about it so much and redoing it a bunch that I kind of know what's happening, and these aren't the final pictures. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Yeah. So I'll have to figure out how long the music is. Obviously, first, I've already picked out. I have one or two different songs I can do. The one that I'm taking now is about 1.5 minutes, and I think for this kind of story, might only be like 40 seconds, you know. I don't know. Yeah. I'll add a lot more. These are just, you know, thumbnails to figure out what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, yeah. I think that's about it. Any final questions and stuff I can take? And of course, I'll have this recorded, and if there's any further questions with comments, I'll be sure to check. Alright. I'll keep it in the end, but I'll still be in chat. Alright? I'll just keep this here, and I'll be chat for like another minute, and then I'll end it. Alright? So, I will be streaming whatever next time is. Well, I guess Thursday, and I'll start around the same time. So, see you then. Bye bye.